Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to try this again. I tried this a couple months ago and it didn't work. If you can see some of the green remnants in there. We're going to be painting the Jackson. I've got it taped up here. I sanded down the headstock with 180 grit. Patched up part there of a broken tip of the headstock. And we're going to be putting a base coat of Duplicolor sandable black paint. So see how that goes. We're going to put a light coat. This will be like a tack coat. I got some wind blowing, not letting me move this way. Like I said, that's just a very light coat. You can still see the logo and stuff in there. We'll let that dry for about 10 minutes. We'll put one more light coat, let it dry for 10 minutes, then put probably 2 medium coats on there and be done. But yeah, step one, we're testing that on the headstock first because I don't want to go through the whole thing of having to sand the body down again. So, got a really cool idea for this one. We'll see how it works. Alright, so I got the 2 light coats and then 1 thicker coat. So far we're going to hit it with that last thick coat. Kind of kicking myself, I should have sanded it a little bit higher grit. You can still see some sanding in it. But if I put another pretty thick coat on there, sand it back with 600, I don't think you'll be able to really see it too much. So we're going to put one more thick coat on there, then we're going to let it dry. So as hoped, I did some more coats and most of the scratching is out. I'm going to hit it with some 600 after it completely dries. I'll let it dry a while. And yeah, but there's the first primer slash base coat of black. And I will be re-putting on a water slide decal, a Jackson decal on this. So, yeah. Alright, I'm back 2 days later. Got the headstock here, drying out in the sun. It's pretty much dry. We're going to be doing something with it in a little bit. We have the body, getting ready to sand it. Had a little spot right here. Put some super glue on it yesterday. It's hardened, so it should fill that in nicely. I'm going to use some 220 and 400 to get this prepped up for primer. And I'm going to use the same primer as we used on the headstock. We're going to do a little design on the headstock in a little bit. You'll kind of get the idea of the direction this guitar is going to go once you see what I'm doing with the headstock. But what I'm going to do is, I'm kind of doing this headstock a little bit ahead of the body. So I'm kind of testing out what I'm doing on the headstock, because if I have to re-sand and redo anything, I'd rather just do a headstock than an entire guitar body. So it's kind of why I'm doing it that way. But I'm going to sand this down and I'll be back. Alright guys, got it all sanded down with 220 then 400. Had to really sand that spot down, but it's pretty smooth now. Smooth. Got my stick here, got it drilled in just like that. Use this to hang it up. We're going to hit it with the black primer base coat. Do a light coat, 2 light coats at 10 minutes apart. Then we're going to do 2 medium coats after that. Yeah. Alright, so I've got 4 coats total. I did 2 light coats and then 2 medium type coats. 10 minutes between each coat. Times out and everything. Wanted to make sure this is done right. I don't want to have to re-sand this one again. So looks like a pretty even coat. It's kind of spin it there in the light. Got it hanging on the basketball rim. But work with what we got, people. But yeah, I'm gonna let this set. It should be dry to the touch and within the hour. But we're not gonna worry about sanding or doing anything to this for at least a day. Probably 48 to 72 hours, to be honest. Yeah, I just want to make sure that cures and it's completely dry. If we walk over here, still got our Headstock chilling. That's where I've been testing it to see if it's, might just be the least bit, been flipping it. Might just need the least bit of more time. I'm gonna let it set out in the sun, both of these today. And yeah, during the week I will be working on this from time to time, and hopefully it'll be painted by next week or so. We can start clear coating. Alright guys, I missed a few steps. But as you can see in this chrome, I have some tiger striping laid down with the black underneath. This stuff right here, perfect match universal chrome. I'm using all perfect match or all Duplicolor products on this. I have one light coat of the chrome. I'm gonna put one more coat of the chrome on there, then let it dry a few minutes, and then I'm going to do a blue to purple kind of fade over top. Then we're going to remove the tape to reveal our tiger stripes. And yeah, there's the front and back. Got about 3 more minutes. I can spray the second coat. I think it's going to be really cool. Alrighty, got that done. Here's what we got. It's about 5 coats of the anodized on top. You can still see, it was not perfect. There's a little spot right there that came up when I took the tape off, but not bad at all. I'm gonna re-put a Jackson logo on there, and I'm gonna put actual clear coat over top of this. And I'll make sure to do a full video of me painting the body. I just didn't do the headstock because it's hard. I was holding it and painting at the same time, but I'll set my phone up to record me actually doing the body, so you'll be able to see that. But here's how it's turning out so far. Doing that purple into the blue tiger stripe Jackson. Yeah. Alright guys, let's get to the body. Got it here, it's prepped up, sanded down with 400 grit, cleaned, dried. I have a few reference photos here. There's the George Lynch, and I got a Sir that I printed off so I can look at as I do my taping. I believe I'm going to go with this kind of style on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of try to match from the picture on this body. We're going to take this tape. I have a cutting board here. I'm going to put it down on there, use an X-Acto knife, cut out the shape I want, apply it to the body. And that's basically what I'm going to do. So we're going to start off with this big bottom piece and start laying it down. It don't really need to be done measured off yet or anything, because that's a pretty big piece at the bottom that's going to be taped. So put that there, put this here, like so, and then yeah, then we're going to put the piece, we're looking at this, goes down from where the bridge is and comes down like this. So we're going to kind of emulate that a little bit. But I'm going to cut here, get a few pieces taped on there so you can see what I'm doing. Then we'll go through like me cutting out a piece so I can show you how I do that. And I'll be right back. Alright, so I got this little bottom piece taped up. Like I said, it's not going to be exactly like the reference photo, just an idea. But that's what I've got for that. So it's not perfect, but that's the great thing about tiger striping, it's not perfect. So what we're going to do now, since we have this bottom piece, we're going to start working on this. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to see about how long we need. Got my guitar body over here. We're going from the corner of where the tremolo is, which is, we're just going to go from where the bridge is, and goes a little bit to here. So we're going to need a piece, and we're going to have it wrap around a little bit. 9 inch. So I'm going to get me out about a 9-inch piece of tape, lay it down on the cutting board. Yes, 10 inches. That's plenty, long enough. That's what she said. And we're going to just kind of just go by this reference photo and see if you can see it in there. Yes. Just kind of cut it out. So for this one, we're probably going to need 3 different pieces of tape. If you're looking at it, because it's got that bend in it. So we're going to do one piece here, one piece there, and one piece there. So the first piece, so what's going to go, we're going to go cut that out, and this cuts very easily with this X-Acto knife on this. So as I say, that doesn't cut right. Boom. That's going to be our one piece, and we're just going to kind of cut it out. You don't really want to leave any of the straight edges of the tape in this. You want to get all the straight edges out because there's really no straight edges in this, you know. I'm going to go like that. Then like that. It's a tedious and time-consuming process, guys. It's going to take a while, especially if you're real particular. I'm semi-particular, so I like it to look decent, but I'm not super particular. I'm going to spend 10 hours on this. It's probably going to take about an hour, hour and a half. But then take that little piece, bring our guitar back, looking at our diagram here, and it's looking like it's coming out about like so. So put that there like that. And then we're going to build our stripe off of that. I'm just going to do another piece here, another piece going down. All right, guys, we got it taped up. If you'll notice, I really didn't go by the one design. I kind of combined the two, kind of with my own thing. I think it looks pretty good. Here's the front, got it all taped up. The back's a little plainer. I'm not too worried about the back. But yeah, we are going to hit it with the chrome. Do 2 coats. I'm going to film that. I'm going to set the tripod up. But there is the design. All right, we have our Duplicolor Perfect Match Universal Chrome back. Stuff runs out of Riley's about, I think this was like 13 bucks or so. It's pretty expensive, but hopefully it yields good results. I'm going to continue to shake that for a little bit. I'm going to hit the sides first, and then hit the front. We're going to do a first coat. It'll be pretty light. Second, and we're only going to do probably 2 coats. That's all it took for the headstock. So 2 coats, 10 minutes in between each one. Then we're going to take our tape off, then hit it with our anodized paint. All right. So here we go. That bottom. Get up on my ladder so I can do the upper horns. said, this coat is just going to be pretty light. Coat, as you would call a tack coat. You're not trying to get full coverage on that in the first coat. You're trying to get mostly everything covered with just a light coat. And I believe that will be enough for the first coat. Get in there closer and show you. Yeah, see, it's just pretty light. You can still see some black through it and such. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that dry for 10 minutes. Hit it with a another coat of the chrome and let that dry another 10 minutes. And then we'll go to our next step. Now I got my second coat of chrome on there. A little heavier than the first to get full coverage. I think that's all we're gonna need. So while I just sprayed that about 3 minutes ago, got my X-Acto scalpel. We're gonna take this tape off before it dries, because if it dries, you're gonna get the tape kind of painted to the body, and you don't want to do that. So we're gonna start removing some of the tape now. Gonna be very careful. So just want to be very careful. Remove all that tape before the paint has too much time to dry. All right, we got all the tape off. It went pretty well. There's a couple places where I kind of flubbered a little bit, like right there. For the most part, like right here, but the pickup ring will cover that. A lot of these places, like where the bridge will be covering, is not a big deal. So I think it went very well. Now we're going to start with the anodized. So I'll just keep the same shot hammer back around. Go grab my anodized paint. Got blue and purple. We're going to be doing a bottom to top fade. Purple to blue. Very good. Wish me luck. I'm just going to kind of go pretty light right there. And we're going to hit it with the blue on the top, coming down into that purple. Purple does not pick up very well on camera, by the way. Okay. Stop moving. All right. So we got a light tack coat of that on, of the anodized. We're going to be hitting it with at least 3 coats. And we're going to build that collar up. So I'll come back in a few. All right, guys, and this is after 4 coats. I think we have it locked in pretty well. I think it's turning out great. It's looking real good. It's the back. And now the waiting comes. We're going to let it set a week. Then I'm going to clear coat it. But yeah, that's after 4. And then honestly, once I got past, when I was on doing the last 2 coats, I was bleeding more of that blue and blue into the purple, and kind of just overspraying the blue, the purple with the blue. But like I said, it's got a little more purple in it than this video is picking up. So, but yeah, let that set for a week, and I might post this first part. Might do it in like probably 2 or 3 parts. Let me know how you're liking this. If you've done anything different color, maybe different pattern. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for part 2, maybe a part 3.